Say a person experiences two deaths. One when their heart ceases to function, and another when they lose the ability to achieve an erection. But imagine if I told you that for countless men past the age of 60, the initial indication of diminishing health isn't related to memory or heart issues. It manifests as a sense of weakness, tightness, or unresponsiveness in their penis. That peculiar, cramp-like sensation you occasionally feel down there is very real. It's your blood vessels signaling distress. And if you disregard these signals, it not only impacts your sex life, but also gradually deprives your manhood from within. I'm Dr. Harold Grant, and I'm dedicated to men's health, with over 30 years of experience assisting men in regaining their self-assurance, revitalizing their circulation, and naturally restoring their intimacy. Today, I want to share some crucial information for every man over 60. What if I told you the key to stronger erections, enhanced blood flow, and a comfortable, potent penis isn't found in medication or procedures, but right inside your own refrigerator? Many men assume aging is the culprit. However, the truth is that it's often something much more preventable. And I'm here to demonstrate that to you today. In this video, I'll reveal the top 3 scientifically supported foods that can aid in preventing penile blood flow cramps, enhancing circulation, and helping you rediscover your strength without resorting to medication. One of these foods acts so swiftly that you might notice a positive change before the week concludes. Before we move forward, if you're a man over 60 seeking to improve your blood flow, strengthen your erections, and regain natural control over your health, please be sure to click the subscribe button and activate the notification bell. This way, you'll never miss out on valuable tips created specifically for you. And if this video resonates with you, please leave a 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, enter a 0 and let me know how I can better meet your needs. Alright, let's delve into the first food that has the potential to completely transform the way blood flows to your penis: beets. You might be surprised, but this humble root vegetable holds the secret to achieving firmer, longer-lasting erections by naturally elevating nitric oxide levels, your body's most essential molecule for healthy circulation. And for those over 60, when blood vessels tend to become less flexible and constricted, beets can truly make a significant difference. Allow me to explain why. 1. Beets, the circulation revitalizer. I never considered that something as simple as a beet could have any relevance to sexual health. But then, I began to observe a pattern among my older patients. Men who had started incorporating beets into their diets were reporting firmer erections, improved stamina, and a reduction in that tight, cramping sensation in the groin during arousal. This wasn't a mere coincidence. Beets are abundant in natural nitrates, which your body transforms into nitric oxide, a crucial compound that enables your blood vessels, particularly those in the penis, to relax and expand. This expansion facilitates the complete flow of blood into the erectile tissue. And when blood circulates more efficiently, everything functions more optimally. After the age of 60, our nitric oxide production begins to decline considerably. That's when many men start experiencing changes that they struggle to understand: sluggish arousal, weaker erections, and even that uncomfortable tightening that feels almost like a cramp. It's not simply a consequence of aging. It's a warning sign that blood isn't reaching the tissue as effectively as it once did. Beets can help reverse this process. They act like a natural pump primer, softening blood vessels, boosting circulation, and ensuring that the penis receives the necessary blood to function as it did in previous years. There's no need to overcomplicate things. A simple glass of beet juice in the morning, or even roasted beets added to a salad or dinner plate, can gradually begin to repair what time has taken away. It's not a miracle cure. It's simply biology, providing your body with the right support so it can function as it's designed to. And here's something even more intriguing. There's a fruit that many men discard without realizing that it contains a compound that works almost identically to prescription erection medications, but without the associated side effects. In fact, this next food could help alleviate the vascular spasms that cause the deep groin tightness during arousal. Let's discuss it further. 2. Watermelon, the blood flow enhancer. I'll be candid with you. For many years, I regarded watermelon as simply a refreshing summer treat, a sweet delight to enjoy on a warm day. But I was mistaken. The more I investigated the research, the more I realized that this fruit, particularly the part that most people discard, holds an incredible secret for men over 60 who are experiencing weak erections and uncomfortable tightness during arousal. It all comes down to a potent compound called citrulline, found in high concentrations in the white rind of watermelon. Most people throw that part away, never realizing that citrulline is a natural vasodilator. In simpler terms, it assists your blood vessels in opening up, allowing blood to flow more freely, particularly to the penis. After 60, those vessels tend to narrow or stiffen, making arousal feel forced, inconsistent, or even slightly painful. Citrulline helps gently relax those vessels, reducing what I refer to as penile blood flow cramping. It's not a sharp pain, but rather a dull tightness, a sign that your body is struggling to circulate blood where it's most needed. Here's where it becomes personal. A patient of mine in his late 60s shared with me that he had started blending the red and white parts of watermelon into a smoothie every morning. Within 2 weeks, he reported waking up with stronger morning erections and, more importantly, without the uncomfortable tension he used to experience during intimacy. No medications, no procedures, just a change in what he included in his smoothie. And unlike pharmaceutical solutions, watermelon doesn't force anything. It supports your body's natural ability to regulate blood flow. It's gentle, effective, and completely natural. If you're seeking a way to feel more confident in your own skin once again, watermelon might just become your new best friend. But there's one more food I want to share with you. It's not a fruit or vegetable. It's something small, often overlooked, but packed with the very minerals that your penis relies on to remain strong and responsive. In fact, this last food may be the missing piece in your entire circulation puzzle. Let's discuss it next. 3. Pumpkin seeds, the erection mineral powerhouse. If there's one food I wish more men over 60 were aware of, it's pumpkin seeds. They're small, unassuming, and typically scooped out and discarded without a second thought. But let me assure you, these little seeds are one of the most powerful allies you can have when it comes to restoring healthy blood flow and safeguarding your erections. Pumpkin seeds are packed with 3 essential nutrients that directly impact your ability to achieve and maintain an erection: magnesium, zinc, and arginine. Magnesium relaxes the blood vessels and prevents the spasms that lead to that uncomfortable tightness that some men experience during arousal, what I call penile cramping. Zinc, on the other hand, is crucial for maintaining testosterone levels, especially as they naturally decline with age. And arginine is an amino acid that supports nitric oxide production, assisting blood in flowing more freely into the penile tissue. I had a patient in his 70s, a retired Air Force officer, disciplined and sharp. He came to me frustrated, not with his libido, but with the strange tension he kept feeling in his groin during intimacy. Not exactly pain, just a persistent pressure he couldn't shake. I suggested he start consuming a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds every day. Within 3 weeks, he told me the tension had subsided. His morning erections had returned. And, most importantly, he felt like himself again. Pumpkin seeds are incredibly easy to incorporate into your routine. Sprinkle them on oatmeal, add them to a smoothie, or simply eat them plain as a snack. The results may not be dramatic overnight, but over time, they establish a foundation for stronger, more consistent blood flow. Now, if you've made it this far, you've already learned how to support your circulation with real, whole foods. But here's where it gets even better. When you combine these 3 ingredients in the right way, they create a compounding effect, a synergy that can jumpstart your erections faster than you might imagine. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to put it all together into one simple daily plan. Keep watching. For why these 3 foods work together, the circulation trifecta. It's one thing to eat a healthy food occasionally, but when you combine the right foods, especially those that target the same system from different angles, you don't just achieve better results, you achieve results that multiply. That's precisely what happens when you incorporate beets, watermelon, and pumpkin seeds into your daily routine. They form what I call the circulation trifecta, 3 natural powerhouses working in harmony to restore blood flow where it matters most. Beets initiate the process by boosting nitric oxide, opening up the blood vessels, and laying the groundwork for improved blood flow. Watermelon, with its citrulline-rich rind, builds upon that effect, soothing the tiny penile arteries and reducing those silent spasms that can steal your firmness. And pumpkin seeds are the fuel that keeps the entire machine running, providing the testosterone-building zinc, the muscle-relaxing magnesium, and the nitric oxide-supporting arginine that your body needs to ensure that all that blood flow actually does its job. It's like rebuilding a system from the ground up. One supports another, and then that one amplifies the next. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, and even early 80s who believed they were beyond help turn things around within weeks simply by being consistent with this simple nutritional approach. And the best part is that it doesn't require immense willpower. It doesn't require prescriptions, just a little intention and a bit of daily follow-through. Now, you might be wondering how to actually implement all of this. What's the optimal time of day to consume each food? Should you blend them together? Should you take anything with them to enhance their effectiveness? In the next section, I'll guide you through a practical, easy-to-follow daily plan that brings everything together and helps you experience the difference, not in months, but in just days. Let's get into it. 5. The number one mistake most men make after 60. If there's one thing I've learned after decades of working with older men, it's this: most guys are looking for a quick fix, a magic pill, something to make the problem disappear without changing anything else. And I understand. When you're frustrated, when your body isn't responding as it once did, it's tempting to reach for whatever promises fast results. But here's the truth. The number one mistake men over 60 make is relying on medications to do what only real nourishment and circulation can fix. Pills like Viagra or Cialis can force an erection, sure, but they don't address the root cause. They don't repair the hardened, narrow vessels. They don't restore nitric oxide. They don't eliminate the deep pressure or strange tightness in your groin. All they do is push blood through a system that's already deteriorating. And for many men, the side effects, headaches, nausea, heart strain, just aren't worth it. I've had men sit in my office, eyes filled with disappointment, telling me that the pills worked less and less over time. I always tell them the same thing: your penis isn't broken, it's undernourished. It's waiting for you to support it from the inside out. That's what the right foods do. They don't trick your body, they rebuild it. The men who truly restore their function, their energy, and their confidence aren't the ones chasing quick fixes. They're the ones who commit to the basics and follow through day by day. They give their body what it needs and trust the process. Now that you know what foods to focus on and why, they only work if you make them a habit. And if you're wondering how to do that without overthinking it, don't worry. In the next part, I'll show you a simple 7-day action plan that ties everything together. It's easy to follow, doesn't require any fancy prep, and could very well be the start of your strongest chapter yet. Let's dive in. 6. Your 7-day action plan. Now that you understand what these foods can do for your blood flow, your energy, and your erections, the real question becomes, how do you actually make this part of your daily life? I've worked with so many men over the years who were motivated, who understood the science, who believed in the idea, but they didn't know how to start. So they didn't. That's why I created this simple 7-day action plan. No guesswork, no complex recipes, just straightforward steps that you can follow every single day to start feeling results, often in as little as 1 week. In the morning, start with beet juice. Just 1 small glass on an empty stomach. This kickstarts your nitric oxide production and wakes up your circulation. Mid-morning, blend a watermelon smoothie using both the red flesh and the white rind. That's where the citrulline lives. It's not only refreshing, but it helps open up the tiny blood vessels that support arousal and sensitivity. Sometime in the afternoon, grab a small handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just keep them on your kitchen counter or in your bag. These seeds are working behind the scenes, delivering the magnesium, zinc, and arginine your system needs to build strength where it matters most. Pair this with drinking plenty of water, moving your body gently throughout the day, and taking a moment each morning to remind yourself that you're not just surviving, you're rebuilding, you're reclaiming control over something that matters, not just physically, but emotionally. This isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about showing up consistently. Your body doesn't need magic, it needs rhythm. And this plan gives you just that. But we're not done yet. Because while food lays the foundation, there's one final message I want to leave you with. A reminder about what this journey is really about and why it matters more now than ever. Stay with me. 7. Final doctor's message, emotional close. There's something I want every man watching this to understand, especially if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. You are not broken, you are not too old, and you have not missed your chance. I've seen men who thought they had reached the end of the road in their health, their confidence, even their relationships, completely transformed by making one powerful decision: to stop accepting decline as inevitable and to start rebuilding from the inside out. We've talked about food, about blood flow, about erections and function, but really, what this is all about is reclaiming a part of yourself that the world told you to forget. For many men, the loss of sexual vitality feels like a quiet, private kind of grief. It doesn't get talked about, but it weighs heavy. And when you start to feel like you're disappearing, not just to your partner, but to yourself, that's when it's time to act. Not out of fear, but out of respect for the man you still are. Your body is capable of renewal, even now, even after all the years, all the wear, all the moments you told yourself, maybe this is just the way it is now. It doesn't have to be. Your blood vessels, your tissue, your confidence, these things can come back to life. And it starts with something as simple as a choice: to nourish yourself, to move intentionally, and to believe that pleasure, strength, and connection are still yours to claim. So, as we move into the final thoughts, I want to leave you with one last message, not just about erections or circulation, but about what it means to be a man in this next chapter of life. Because if you think this is about food, you're only seeing the surface. The truth runs deeper, and I'm about to share it. Stay with me. 8. Conclusion. This is where it begins. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you not just for watching, but for caring enough about yourself to stay present. That alone says something powerful about the kind of man you are. We've covered a lot today. You've learned how beets can reignite nitric oxide and restore blood flow, how watermelon, especially the rind, can relax blood vessels and reduce the deep, uncomfortable groin pressure, and how something as small as pumpkin seeds can quietly rebuild your strength with the minerals your body's been craving. Together, these foods don't just support your erections, they support your identity as a man. They remind your body how to work the way it used to. And more importantly, they help you feel more like yourself again. I've seen it time and time again, the return of morning erections, the quiet confidence in a man's voice, the smile that shows up after weeks of doubt. It's real, and it can happen for you, too. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about moving forward with intention, with knowledge, and with tools that actually work. There is no age limit on pleasure, on connection, or on feeling alive in your body. And no matter how many setbacks you've faced, today can still be the start of something better. So take what you've learned, try the plan, listen to your body, and give yourself permission to feel good again, not just for a night, but for the rest of your life. Because this isn't the end of the road, this is where it begins. You've still got time, strength, and power waiting to be reclaimed. Go take it back. If this video helped you or gave you even one idea to move forward, please take a moment to like, share, and leave a comment below. I read every single one. Your story could inspire another man to take control of his health, too. And if you'd like to support this channel and help me keep creating content for men over 60, consider making a small donation. Every bit makes a difference. Thank you for being here and for choosing to show up for yourself today.